Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this double pop-up card. It was inspired a little bit, I did this one recently where it's a card within a card, only of course this one doesn't pop up, it just opens. And then last year, just before the holidays, I did this penguin card where it's got the extra little inside piece that kind of semi pops up, but this one's a popper. So I thought it was quite fun and I just wanted to share it with you. So let me get the ingredients out and give you the measurements. So we're going to start with a piece of balmy blue and it's cut at 8.5 by 5.5 and it's scored at 4 1/4. That's a pretty standard size to make it just be a regular card front. But then it's folded back on itself at 2 1/8. There's an extra score in there. Now it's completely closed on me. So 2 1/8. So we've sort of got the makings of a ZZ fold card, but that's how it's looking so far. There is a piece of designer series paper which is cut at 4 by 5 1/4 and that goes on the inside. So let's get that stuck in now. And this is from the designer series paper set that is the fundraiser. So for $3 for a walk in the forest, for every set, for every pack of this paper that Stampin' Up! Sell, they donate $3 to a good cause. And then we've got some embossed pieces, and these are 1 7/8 by 5 1/4, and they are going to go here. We've then got an inside piece which has the greeting on it. That is 3 by 4 1/4, and then we've got a layer piece. It's 3 by 4 and 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. It's always the 1/4 inch smaller. And then we've got the magic mechanism that makes it pop up, and this is 3 by 2 1/4, and it's scored at 3/4, 1 1/2 and 2 1/4. I'll pop the directions in the description box. There's also a little slither of paper that I used, which is where I cut the 2 stars from, one for this card and one in the hole. Here's one I did earlier, frame of mind, which will go on the front a little bit later. So let's get to assembling. So like I say, piece of designer series paper which is 4 by 5 1/4, and then there are 2 pieces of basic white 1 7/8 by 5 1/4, and they are going to go on each half of the folded front. So let me just go ahead and get those on quickly. Oops, enthusiastic adhesive today. So we'll just pop one on this side and one on the other side. That was fairly easy. What we'll do is we'll do some stamping next. So I'm going to put the greeting in like the middle on the inside pop-up part. I'm going to use balmy blue, and I'm actually using the Berry Cute stamp set. So there'll be Christmas Together, Warm Wishes, and one of the polar bears. And the star you saw me pre-cut out comes from the Oh Starry Night die set. So using balmy blue, like I say, we're going to pop in a greeting. Christmas is better together. All holidays are better together when you can get with your family and friends. And then I will use the Warmest Wishes stamp set and pop that up in the top left hand corner of the front layer. And that's the stamping with that done. Then I'll bring in the Memento black ink, and I'm going to use our little polar bear friend, the one who is sitting down. So we'll just stamp that up nicely and pop him in the bottom left hand corner. And now it's time to do a little bit of assembling. So the little piece, like I say, it's 3 by 2 1/4, and it's got 3 score lines on it, so it makes a square. What you need to do is make sure that they don't overlap. And because this is going to be quite a busy working piece of cardstock, when I attach it into the middle of the card, I'm actually going to use the tear and tape, but you know me, cutting tape, but still. And again, because it's got quite a lot of work to do, I'm going to just pop 2 pieces on, just you don't want the middle of your card falling out when you come to want to use it. So 2 pieces of tear and tape up the open sides. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the middle score line of this against the middle score line of the card, and then you'll know it's a square. We're going to center it as best we can, but this layer is going to go over it, so it will actually help us hide it a little bit if we don't get it spot on. So I'm just going to peel off the backing tape from the tear and tape, and then like I say, we want to line this score line up with the score line of the card, sort of as close to the middle from each edge as we can, and give it a really good press. This side should stick down, but sometimes when you put something on an embossed side, because it's nubbly, it's best just to go in and give it a really good press with your bone folder, and then even a press from the outside edge. So now you've created the little square, if you can see it there, that the inside layer is going to sit on. So what we'll do is we'll attach this to this part, and this is where it matters a little bit more to line it up evenly with the top and the bottom. And in order that it doesn't come off, we'll put another piece of tear and tape on this area closer to the edge that is going to sit against. It doesn't need 2 pieces necessarily, because it's only 1 layer of cardstock, regular cardstock. The mechanism inside needed 2, especially in light of the fact that it's sitting on a bit of embossed decorated cardstock. So we'll peel the backing paper off that, and then all we need to do is line this up so it's up against, doesn't have to be buttered up against, but up against the edge of the cardstock, and try and make it as even between the 2 as we can. That looks pretty good. And then give it a press. So now this is the one that's floating. This is the double pop-up, because this is the one that's going to pop up on the front when you open it. So let's get that onto its layer of balmy blue cardstock, and then using our handy dandy famous ZZ fold rule, we'll line it up where it's going to be on the front of the card. And then, so we don't put adhesive further than this line, we'll flip it over, and then we know we can only put adhesive up as far as that point. So when we flip it back and line it up, we aren't going to stick our card closed, because it's not a very friendly way of going about sending anyone a card that they can't get into. So there we go, that's the mechanism working. What we then need to do is pop a little mini dimensional on the back of the star that we cut out, and pop that up in the sky that the polar bear is suggesting that he's looking at. And then last but not least, I'm going to take the Wink of Stella and colour the star. You can colour it beforehand if you want to, or glitterize it, whatever you would call it, bling it. And then we'll add a bit of bling to the polar bear himself, just so there's a little bit of extra zing, and who doesn't like a bit of bling? So let's pop a little bit of glitteriness to that. So I love bling, I love Wink of Stella, because it's just enough. And there you have it. There is a double pop-up surprise card with the inside message on its little mechanism. It's very easy to do. So snap, there's the one I made earlier. If you like what you've seen, please consider subscribing. I like likes, I like comments. If you've got a comment or a question, pop it in the description box below or send me an email. Sharing would be fabulous because that's just the best compliment I think you can give anybody. I hope you like it. I hope it inspires you to go out and try this version for yourself. And last but not least, thanks so much for watching.